Hello and welcome. My name is Bronte Doubleman, a member of the speech pathology team at Peel Language Development School. This short video will go through some everyday activities that can support your child's language development. These activities are broad and flexible as they can target a range of oral language areas. For more specific information on individual language areas, please refer to the parent information videos on each of the areas of oral language. I would like to start with an acknowledgement of country. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land where Noongar people performed age-old ceremonies of storytelling, music, dance and celebration, and where they cared for the lands and the waterways. We acknowledge and pay respect to the elders, past and present, and acknowledge those of the future, for they hold the memories, traditions and hopes for all Aboriginal Australians. Always was, always will be. The first resource involves the use of catalogues, junk mail and newspapers. These are so versatile and can work on so many areas of oral language. They can also be a lot of fun for children too. I know that Woolworths, Aldi and Coles, and there are some other stores as well that have these at the front counters. So if you no longer receive any in the mail, you can go and check at the front counter. Having a blank scrapbook or blank bits of paper for the children to cut and glue items on adds to the fun as well. In terms of language area targets, in the area of semantics, you can do grouping activities. So find me all the fruits, find me all the vegetables, find me all the things that need to go in the fridge, as well as comparing and describing items. So what they look like, how are they the same or different? And the Peel describing cue cards will be great to use for this too, and they are on the semantics video. For our phonological awareness skills, you can find items that start with a certain sound. You can play I Spy. For example, I spy something starting with Older children can start applying their PA skills as well and can build words from the letters they find in the newspaper by cutting them out and sounding them out as they build them. You can provide them with a list of words that are suitable for them to search and build the words together. With narrative, for older children, you can choose pictures from the catalogues that can be part of a story you make up together, and you can use the Peel narrative cue cards from the narrative video to guide you. And with grammar, while looking through catalogues, there's always great opportunities to recast and model the grammatically correct sentences to your child. And for comprehension, while browsing the catalogues, you can do a following instructions game. For example, can you find something on the page that is red and that we can eat? Or you can ask questions from the blank level questioning bookmark discussed in the comprehension video. There's endless opportunities for language development through the use of catalogues. We are all busy and it can be hard to find the time sometimes, but through cooking, making breakfast or dinner prep tasks, there are ample language development opportunities that you can target. In terms of narrative, cooking is a great way to work on procedures, so you can break up what you're doing step by step, allowing your child to be involved where possible. It is great to talk aloud as you are doing this so the child can hear a great model of language. For example, first we cut the apple, then we cut the orange. Next, we put it on a plate, and last, we get to eat it. And you can go through this procedure together as well. Cooking is a great way to work on semantics development by exposing children to new vocabulary, new ingredients or utensils they may not know the name of, so talk about the item, what it looks like and what it's used for, and you can use those semantic cue cards again for this. While cooking, talking aloud also allows for opportunities to demonstrate grammatically correct sentences, and you can also recast any grammatical errors your child makes. For example, if they say, I eated some apple, you could say, you ate some apple. I also ate some apple. It was yummy. In comprehension, you can work on following instructions. So for example, can you pass me an egg and a spoon? Or you can ask a range of questions from the blank level bookmark. It is a great way to work on prediction and inferencing skills as well. So for example, what do you think will happen to the pasta when we put it in the boiling water? For phonological awareness, while you're cooking, you can identify sounds in the words or ingredients you're cooking with, as well as blending and segmenting opportunities as well. So for example, you could say, What is the last sound you hear in egg? Or I'm now going to mix with a oo, I, sk. Or can you tell me the sounds in cup? So this is another area where there are so many opportunities to work on your child's language skills. The next activities can all be done during car trips, on the way to school or going on holiday. These activities can all help build your child's language skills. So with narrative, there are great opportunities for your child to develop their personal narrative skills if they feel like talking after school or playing at the park or at a friend's house. You can ask them to tell you about their day, and you can prompt them with questions such as, who did you play with? Where did you play? Or what happened at recess? Or what was your favourite part about your day? Now, I know some children don't like talking after school, so you don't need to push this if they're not wanting to talk. For the older students on a car trip, the story sentence game can also be fun, where you take turns making up a story by saying one sentence each at a time. In the area of semantics, so you can do I spy using describing. So for example, I spy something that is green, or I spy something that is moving. It can also be great for describing and comparing. For example, can you tell me how that truck and car are the same or how they are different? For grammar, during car conversations, if you notice any grammatical errors, you can recast that correct form back to them. And with comprehension, so you can ask questions about their day while driving, or you can say, where are we going? Or what can you see out the window? Or for older students, you can look at those blank level 4 questions, such as, why do we need to stop at traffic lights? And you can model those correct responses back to them too if they need it. And for phonological awareness, you can again play I spy but use sounds. So I spy something starting with t, or you can also work on blending and segmenting. So I see a t, k. What word's that? Or can you tell me the sounds in bike, for example? The outdoors is a great way to develop new vocabulary and target a whole range of language areas. This can be at the park, the beach, on a bushwalk, or even just in the backyard. For semantics, there are so many things outside that your child may have never seen or not know the name of, and it's a great way to build their vocabulary. You can play I Spy using describing, or even a describing treasure hunt game where you find items from outside, you bring them back and you describe them using the describing cue cards. Or you can describe an item to your child and see if they can find it. For example, can you find something that is small and green? Again, with grammar, you can recast and provide models of correct grammar. You can also work on their tense. For example, if they are jumping on the trampoline, you can ask them what they are doing. So I'm jumping, that's the present tense. And when they get off, you can ask, what have they just done? And you can provide a teaching opportunity for past tense. You just jumped on the trampoline. You can also do this if your child's working on plurals. For example, when there is one ant, we say ant. When there's more than one ant, we say ants. For comprehension, obstacle courses are always fun, and it's a great way to work on following directions. So you can set up an obstacle course and complete instructions like, can you go under the slide? Can you jump over the cone, for example? Simon Says is another good one that can be played outside as well. And with phonological awareness skills, you can use cones, hoops, or just the grass to jump out the syllables or sounds in words. For example, with helicopter, you can jump out the syllables helicopter, or you can jump out the sounds the sounds you hear in a word. So sand, s, a, n, d. You can also play the sound I spy as well. So I spy something starting with s. For our narrative skills, role-playing outdoors can be fun and engaging for children, and it's also a great opportunity for that imaginative play. You can use their toys or be characters yourselves to act out the stories or scenarios. I know pirates and princesses and rocket ship missions are always fun to do on the playground as well. and they may even act out their favourite parts from a movie they have watched or a book they have read. And these are all great opportunities to develop our language skills. Thank you for watching. The aim of this video was to show you that children's language skills can be targeted in simple, everyday activities, many of which you may already do. You don't have to make or buy resources. There are so many opportunities each day where our language skills can develop. Thank you.